me and my business partner, we always say to each other, hey, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
It takes time to build. It takes time to, get your foot settled, and then have a little bit more progress and have a little bit more progress. And during that whole entire process, you're learning.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You're benefiting. You're gaining equity.
Yeah.
You are learning. You're learning about this. You're learning about that. If you make a mistake, hey, I learned from that mistake. That's one of the biggest things with me as an employer is I strive for my staff to learn from mistakes. If they make a mistake, learn from it and improve.
Yeah.
So one of our staff members, Mr. Sam Smythe?
Smythe, yeah.
Sam Smythe. He was asking me some questions, so I figured we could make a little episode out of this. So tell me a little bit about the situation, and I'll try to give you some good guidance or feedback.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I think in the world today, a lot of people are wicked stressed out about everything that's happening. And obviously you want to fix the things that are stressing you out.
Yeah.
But like it definitely gets to a point, myself included, where those stresses just pile up and you're looking at this massive pile of shit and you're like, what do I do? How do I get through that? Where do I even start? Do I start at the top? Do I start at the bottom? And do I prioritize? And I think it's just something that a lot of people need to think about and understand,
just like stresses in life.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've dealt with a lot of stress, and it can get to you. You can, if you're talking about the physical, systemic, internal management of that stress, I would say deep breathing exercises, sit in a chair, deep breaths in a quiet room, very deep breaths. There's this trick that I do that if you touch your stomach and you lean back, and you take deep breaths, you do three, no, I'm sorry, not three. You try to do try to do 10 of them, right? That will reduce stress, I think, about 50%. Don't quote me on that. I think it would reduce stress about 50%. There are other things that you can do. Now I'm talking about the systemic management of stress. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jake came back from a quick phone call with one of our partners, and we just abruptly wanted to just wrap up this little short. It's not going to be that long. Yeah. So to manage systemic, ladies and gentlemen, systemic. The internal management is either through chemical, internal muscle relaxation. If you want a supplement that could try to help you manage stress, but I would not take it continuously, is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha will knock down your cortisol and help you manage stress. The only risk with ashwagandha is almost like a numbness. It gives you little scary. So if you slightly feel that, you should cycle it 4 days on to 3 days off. Magnesium. That was the next one. So ashwagandha, magnesium, take a good amount of magnesium later in the afternoon and at bedtime. But the other way you could manage stress is working out, lifting heavy weights, pushing yourself. Lift weights. If you lift weights, resistance training, you don't have to be, I like bodybuilding, I like lifting weights, but sometimes it's not for somebody. I get it. It doesn't mean you have to be, if I lift heavy weights, I'm going to be a bodybuilder. Hell no. Just do resistance training and trigger your body's recovery. You will feel so much more relaxed and so much more at peace just by lifting weights. If you feel stress, take the stress out on the weights. Because if I don't work out, I feel like, whoa, I just get, I need a release. I need to release. So that's my therapy, is I lift weights. I do my squats, I do my curls, I do my pull-ups, whatever. That works for me. So now, is this stress in your life? You said this is a person?
No, I just people in general, myself included, for sure. But I've gone through, I went to school for psychology and all that stuff. So like, I know how to work through that body wise, and I know how to tackle those issues. And I think that's, so like, let's say, right, you are in that, point of calmness where you do sit in that room and you take those deep breaths, you are lifting weights. After that, you still have all those stressful situations that you need to tackle. So
break it up into micro.
Yeah.
Break it into micro accomplishments. Like I said before.
Yeah.
Go through them. Get through it, and don't look at the whole situation as, oh my God. Break it up.
Yeah.
Like just break it up. Go, okay, this is this situation. This is situation, this, that. Don't look at it as a whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Because that will overwhelm you. What I do is I break down, what's the word? I deconstruct. Yeah. I deconstruct, I compartmentalize my stresses, and I go, okay, this is causing that, and that is causing this. So I'm really looking at 4 or 6 things. Okay, each of those things could be managed. Even in a business, you have your sales, you have your retention, you have customer service, you have communication. So like even in life, look at the thing that's stressing you out and break it up into pieces.
Yeah.
So whatever that might be. And you said, is it a person, or like how would you handle? Because earlier you were asking me.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of phone calls from different people, and I'm just also looking at the world around us today. A lot of people are really stressed out, and I just thought it'd be good for the audience to hear about it. Like I'm not a podcast guy, right? Jake's the person. No, not like that.
We don't do that in this show.
No, I just think a lot of people don't know how to work through stress, how to manage their stress, Well,
yeah. One thing, and I'm not going to get into too much of your personal business, but one thing that I know that you're working with Jake, once you get the flow going, things start you're chipping away. It's scary, dude. I've had extremely stressful situations. I almost years ago, I had a condo that I owned, and when I launched my company, like I went full time with it, I almost lost my condo. I went through a lot of bullshit, and I was grinding and pushing, and it was, you want to talk about stress. It was crazy stressful. So like when in the beginning of anything or a shift in life, you're going to have those challenges, and you got to break it up and look at it as just different micro accomplishments. Okay, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get that done. Me and my business partner, we always say to each other, hey, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
It takes time to build. It takes time to, get your foot settled, and then have a little bit more progress and have a little bit more progress. And during that whole entire process, you're learning.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You're benefiting. You're gaining equity. Yeah. You are learning. You're learning about this. You're learning about that. If you make a mistake, hey, I learned from that mistake. That's one of the biggest things with me as an employer, is I strive for my staff to learn from mistakes. If they make a mistake, learn from it and improve.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. So just any stress that you're dealing with, just know that you are making moves, career-wise, life-wise, or whatever, to do a little bit better.
Yeah.
To do a little bit better. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a big one.
But for the record, I have seen people overnight go I've seen people overnight, not overnight, but in a short amount of time, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen stuff happen, like a shift, like, whoa, like someone comes in wicked hungry, and they're like, yep, bap. Oh, I know these guys. Oh, I know this company. I know the director of this company. And they get on the phone, and then they go, hey, dude, and I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah.
So that sometimes is as long as you put in the effort, and you're networking, and you're building up your skill set. And I know you're working closely with Jake, you're going to make those achievements on that side of things.
Yeah.
So the byproduct of those moves definitely could alleviate some stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely got a good teacher.
Oh, yeah. I do. Yeah, it's good stuff.
But, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for attending
Are we going to keep talking about stress or what?
this YouTube short about how to manage stress. All right.
All right. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. This is a short one. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. What else?
Your seat's a little warm. Sorry.
Oh,
Instagram.
man.
Check us out on Instagram for updates and more. Peace out.